Okay, good morning, folks. It's the 14th of January, 2017. We're just going to bowl through this. The last 4 tries have been sabotaged by cats and other things, so bear with me as we may have some mistakes. Somebody does not want this video out. It's the 14th of January, 2017. Welcome once again to the smartest, the most active, and one of the largest audiences in the world. Again, we're going to bowl through this because somebody doesn't want this video out. Supporters of the Trumpster now have made a move to take over AT&T Time Warner, which owns CNN, and the other 5 news organizations which run the news across the world. They've had enough. The sales will go through the day the Trumpster is inaugurated. There will be no one in the FCC left to block them. Time for the truth to emerge. Most of the CNN reporters will be lucky to find a job cleaning toilets in about 6 months. In retaliation for these efforts, because there will be retaliation. Remember, we're dealing with left-wing Nazis. In retaliation for these efforts, the Obama handlers have ordered the NSA to turn over the telephone call recordings of the satanic Nazi CIA for immediate release through these fake news sites like CNN and Time Magazine. In other words, they're going to try to pull conversations out and post them all over the internet to discredit Trump before the inauguration. Please, Director of the CIA, keep in mind that many of your agents are great patriots, and there will be hell to pay if you try this. If you continue to cooperate with this illegal alien in the White House, there will be hell to pay. The intent here is to sabotage the Trump presidency. But what else would you expect from a satanic Nazi who's desperate? They're desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. They've been angry at the right wing ever since we took their slaves away in 1862. Thank you, General Fremont. And look how long it has taken to purge our nation of the Nazis and their allies. Over 70 years now. This evil does not die easily. The war crimes trial had begun in China. And as you all recall your history, over 20 million Chinese people died as a result of the Nazi-supported Japanese invasion of China from 1933 to 1945, and another 20 million died as a result of the U.S. and Russian-supported Mao Zedong. Unbelievable. Which created Taiwan, which has literally took part of China away. As for the wiretapping, they're going to try to release NSA. What I recommend, because you've got a lot of patriots in your organization too, is that you guarantee to give the CIA the recordings on the 21st of January, 7 days from now. As for the wiretapping, 21 years ago, a guy I grew up with, a very close friend who had been working with the CIA, read to me a conversation I had supposedly had with an uncle of mine. We talked for about 10 minutes at a local Fred Meyer grocery store about things that had been and what's coming and funny things. And the funny thing about the recording is that I never made the telephone call and I had no idea who he was talking about. So the entire conversation, the printout of the conversation, everything was completely faked. And the funny thing is, he believed the conversation was real. So I suppose if the Satanic Nazi Party could simply make up calls the Trumpster and his staff made, then they can sabotage any presidency. But this is coming to an end. There's a power here on this planet that is back, and they're not happy. They're going to change things. You know, Bill Clinton, when he was in office, if they can lie about Clinton's balanced budget, spending money not collected for 3 more years, then they can lie about anything. In the year 2000, for example, President Bill Clinton was spending revenue that he was not supposed to be collected until the year 2003, in June or July. He spent funny money. When George Bush took office, he signed his first bill in 2002. He had no idea that the bill was being paid out of money to be collected 3 years from that date. He was not spending money the feds had. He was spending the money feds hadn't even collected. It's called fake accounting. Can you spend money you haven't been paid in 3 years? I didn't think so. So when the left-wing media is purchased by those who wish to tell the truth, there will be a whole lot of reporters who get fired and many who go on trial for war crimes. As for other news, the National Guard General was fired. Why was he fired? Well, he said, if I'm fired, then I can't greet my soldiers coming back from protecting you on Inauguration Day. Well, that's a lie. Because when you're fired as a general, you can still wear your uniform and greet your soldiers as they come back into the armory. This is why he's being fired. He's being fired because he's a liar. And there are members, pods within his organization that are being paid to sabotage the Trumpster inauguration. It's not nice to conspire to kill the president-elect. You lied in an interview, and you had cells that want to kill the Trumpster. If you find those cells and arrest those people, you may stay as the National Guard commander. But after you're lying on TV, it's doubtful. In other news, in Atlantic Resolve, please keep in mind generals. Here are 4 generals in a row. What do you call 4 generals in a row? I don't know. You'll have to... A general meeting? Please keep in mind that you are chipped. All of you are chipped either on the back of your neck or on your hand. So we have a little cat action here. The first casualties of any war this time in 2017 will be the generals. You're all targeted. This isn't 1941 where they don't know where the generals are. The VA sold your records around the world. Your chip marking here, which is invisible except for fluorescent light, or on your left hand, sometimes in your left breast, your chip markings are read by Russian satellites thanks to the VA. We have approached you. We have asked the U.S. Navy to arrest the directors of the VA, which is compromising your security. You laughed at us. Now it's time to laugh back. They know where you are. They know where your grandchildren are, and they know where your grandchildren are. You're done. It's over. It's through. And for the inauguration in exactly 6 days, there are several things that are called for. Over 2 million bikers plan to stop the Nazi left-wingers who try to start a riot. That's right. Over 2 million bikers will pummel into Washington, D.C. over the next week, and anybody tries to start a riot, they're going to get a lead pipe on the back of the head kind of thing. We will no longer put up with the Nazi left. There will be saturation patrols by non-U.S. citizens, because the U.S. police in D.C. and the 30 other policing organizations like the National Park Service Police, which is a private corporation, the D.C. Police is a private corporation, there will be saturation patrols by foreigners to stop any and all Obama Nazi nuts who plan to start a riot. And they will not be nicey-nicey. This man is an Obama advisor. Keep his picture in mind. Bill Ayers, one of Obama's top advisors, raised President Obama, admitted to killing a San Francisco cop in 1970 and was never jailed for it. We will never forget the murder of San Francisco Police Department Brian V. McDonald, who was blown up with a pipe bomb. I think they used nails in the pipe bomb, and killed February 16, 1970. When you are ordered by the FBI to mollycoddle these freaks who are under Bill Ayers, keep in mind the face and the name of McDonald. I will not forget it. They are there to kill you and destroy you, police officers. Please keep that in mind. Please pray that those trying to start World War III and assassinate the Trumpster are sent love and evil activity cease immediately. Please also pray that your families are ready for what's coming. It was minus 19 in Kalispell last night. That is crazy cold. It's been that cold for over a week. We have a daughter. I have a daughter living here. Daughter-in-law. Savings tip of the day. I turned my thermostat from 72 to 68 and we save 50% on our heating bills. When we leave the house, I turn it down to 66. If we want to warm up the house, we put a log on the fire and the house gets warmer. We're saving a lot of money doing this. Long johns are your friends. I'm wearing long johns right now. On the tooth front, the liquid remineralization that we've been using shows tremendous advances in the gums, but it hasn't remineralized the teeth yet. Although it did eliminate the infection in my upper left tooth, which is not a wisdom tooth, it's a molar. It eliminated a swollen spot and an infection there that had been infected for months. As soon as I started using remineralization, within 2 weeks that infection was gone. On the anti-aging front, we will stop over the weekend to allow our bodies to rest. People are beginning, and this is really cool, they're beginning to notice that Jane has less wrinkles. Go Immucyst Citricare and get the tea, and also the Food for Liberty food, non-GMO. Yay, Immucyst. Yay, Citricare. Yay, get the tea. That resveratrol is working wonders. On the autism front, and we're going to get probably 80 CIA trolls on this because they don't want to lose control of autism. One little girl we've been working with closely, a family, is 3 years old now, and oh my God, she is in the terrible twos because her brain is, of course, waking up as the immune system removes the Nengalese. So she's hitting the terrible 2 stages. Oh my God, but she's 13. She's hitting puberty at the same time. 13 or 14. So she's got the no stage and the puberty. And let me tell you, moms, 90% of walking a child out of autism is to know that what you're going through is normal. And there are other moms going through this. The most of walking a child out of autism is talking to the moms and reassuring them that the child is growing and may need a little extra time. And what we find in autistic families where the mom is involved, the children just chip in. To the smartest, most active, and one of the largest audiences on the net, thank you for coming. And I got you coded message 444. Thank you. God bless to each and every one of you. And you have a wonderful night. Good night.